Today on A Commonly Good MTG, we're playing Amigoblins. Amigoblins, that's what we're playing. And it is a Goblin tribal deck, which means we're playing mono red, that it's just a bunch of Goblin creatures doing Goblin-y stuff. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, the one, the only smells slightly of elderberries, Dr. You Can't Suck It. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by MagicDeckAnalisis, called Amigoblins, something like that. Yeah. The deal is I'm always complaining that mono red aggro is great, but there's no goblins in it anymore. And to me, mono red aggro is a goblin vehicle, as they would say. It's the place where goblins really shine. For some reason, Magic the Gathering has taken a swing away from goblins. You really haven't seen them very much anymore, but Foundation appears to have brought that back. And man, it is fantastic. So here we go. We got a Goblin tribal mono red aggro deck as the good Lord demands. All right, what we're going to do is we take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it should work, and then we'll go out and crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here? We got basically a shock, 2 points of damage. We got a dude that whenever he does, when it deals common damage to a player, you can sacrifice it and then it can proliferate. And whenever it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So he's a complicated man that no one understands but his woman. Scamp. You can take it. All right, we got this guy. This guy? He gets +1, +0, and anytime one of your creatures die, you put additional oil counter on him, which gets him stronger every time one of your dudes die. You dudes are probably going to die a bunch. This guy's got haste, and you can choose to sacrifice it to do a point of damage to any target, so he's got a lot of value and utility there. Hasty first strike. You can use it to draw a card and create a treasure token. I just like the fact that there's hasty goblins in here. Look at these guys. They are fantastic. And it's cool because they're the pirate type, which means that they're the monkey goblins. I love that type. All right, 2 points of damage. A point of damage to each opponent whenever a creature enters the play on your side. Looks like Sauron's taking it right in the eyeball up there, right? All your goblins get +1/+1. And whenever this guy or another goblin dies, you may exile the top card of your library. If it's a goblin creature, you may cast it till the end of turn. You got a strong capability of it being a goblin. This is a baby maker at the beginning of your end step. If you attack this turn, you create a 1/1 goblin token. What does Breeches do? First strike, and whenever a pirate you control attacks, choose one that has been chosen this turn. So you could do potentially all three of these things. Create a treasure token, target creature can't block, and exile top card of your library, you may play it. That guy is great utility when you got a lot of attackers. Goblin Surprise. All your creatures get +2/+0. That's exactly the kind of thing that wins a game. And lastly, you could also potentially just put out 2 1/1 goblin creatures. And Squee is the other baby maker. Haste, when you get him out, whenever he attacks, you put out an additional 1/1 red goblin that is also tapped and attacking. And as long as you got 4 other cards in your graveyard, if Squee dies, you can pay for Squee again for 4 mana. So there you go. You got baby makers galore, Impact Tremors, and we'll go for it. So what are we going to do? We're going to get out a bunch of dudes. Hopefully we'll get Impact Tremors out early so that their appearances will start to rake up the additional points of damage. You got baby makers like the Searslicer and Squee putting out babies, which will do additional damage with Impact Tremors out. 2 of them be fantastic. And then we get to use the Hordemaster and Goblin Surprise to put additional pluses onto their powers, so that way when we're attacking with a giant horde, we'll be doing 2 or 3 times our normal amount of damage. All right, that should win the game. That should do it. That's good. Does anybody have any questions? Well, nope. No, nobody has any questions. All right, here we go. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, we're playing against Diezerep. And we get our hasty boy McMonkey. I say I really like goblin monkeys. I think they're very good. Goblins look like a lot of different things, and the goblin monkeys are probably one of my favorites. I think I can't block for a while. We're good. We'll have to save Ball Lightning for when we can. If he puts more guys out, we got a problem. We got it because we have to be able to board our way through this guy's defenses. And he's taking the slow road. That's good. He really wants that. And that's it. All right, he's up to 3. He's going to be up to 4 soon. Hasty Firecracker. I'd like some baby makers. That would be really great. He's down to 10. And, no, we'll decline. There you go. They got the full 4 now. What am I dealing here? Just 4 points of damage. I'm down to 10. We're all tied up. But I am ahead as far as I got the first turn coming up here. All right, we got 2 of these. All right, well, I can get this guy down to 5. Let's just decline. I might just have to use this opportunity to shoot a dude. If he's going to start getting it super pumped, that would be bad. I'm hoping that the numbers are on my side. I'm down to 3. Got a lot of ways to win at this particular point. All right, 1. I think he's thinking, oh, he's only going to do 1 point of damage. There's also what I got in my hand, big brother. And we win! Victory! All right, we're playing against Micou. Micou. Something like that. Number 3 would be great. Keep. All right, singled him up. Firebrand out. Say hello. Yeah, he's gonna try to use his black, wicked fingers to touch things in evil ways. All right, number 3. At least we'll get Squee out for a little bit here. Both of them are gone. Ooh, he's just focused on that, huh? There's a little baby maker. That's always nice to have. And another baby. That's Squee. I know. You don't like them. Do I have enough in here to pop them out? I certainly do. I certainly do. I just need another mana is the problem. Another baby maker you're not going to like? There you go. There's the 4th mana. And another. Down to 2. We got so many guys, unless he wipes the board, we are going to win. I'm expecting to see him pee his pants, and there we go! Victory! All right, we're playing against LP 14. Long play. See, this thing is trying to get me to play slow. I'm not sure I'm going to be a fan of that. Let's try to dog off before it's running from my end too much. That'll hopefully pin him down a little bit. Impact Tremors. Everything else is just creature, creature, creature. Now, the fact he's got a guy with 2/3, that's not great for us. All right, that guy's fine. Come attack me. Get that guy out of the way. There we go. Thank you. Pow pow! And 2 more. Nice. Now I just got to keep just grinding him down at this point. What are you going to grab? Squee? All right, here we go. Ooh, perfect. Pow, pow! And another guy. Double pow! And 2 more. And then 2 more later on. So he'll be down to 1. Ha ha ha! All right, we got a nice group here. The question is, can he make it? Can he do 14 points of damage this turn or wipe my board? Wiping my board would be bad unless I could just draw 1 more guy. And we win! Boom, boom! Goes the room. All right, playing against Night Stalker, 1124. But it's the worst version of the word night. It's not night, as in day and night, and it's not Knigget. All right, what are we doing here? All right, we're going to go straight up. Got to wait till turn 2. We got to get a third mana, too. That'd be really nice. That's the question, is whether he was going to pump that or not. That's just 1 point of damage. I appreciate that. That's totally fine. All right, Impact Tremors. We got 1 and 2. Need a third mana. All right, so we're playing against Goblins again. The matchmaker is killing me, man. I hate doing this. And they always make me go second. Oh, I can't believe he did that to me. Making me play slow like a sucker. That's fine, man. It's the way this game goes. All right, Cacophony Scamp. I think they always going to get my haste out. Disappointing. And we win! And we win! Victory! All right, we're playing against Lyunz. Nice. Okay, cool. Ooh, Pumpkinhead Dogs. Simpleton 1. No haste, though. So you're going second against a mono red deck, so the chances of us winning are really low. Let's get the baby makers out there. Now we're cool. And a baby is made. We got a lot of baby makers in this particular draw. All right, 3. The Hordemaster is probably going to be a nice bomb to drop. We'll just do that at some point. Any target. That'd be 1 stinky point. It's not going to do any good. Decline. Better just as a body. Doesn't like the baby maker. All right, so Squee's going to get us 3. This guy's going to get us a ton more. So he's definitely the person to drop. Let's put out Cacophony Scamp. No math! And we didn't. Oh, we can do it this way. Take action. Right there. And we win! Boom, boom! Goes the room. Victory! All right, playing against Lava Axe. Lava Axe. All right, that's all good. You guys got haste. That's a great opening start. Trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. This guy's also a nice hasty guy, but we're going to get Impact Tremors out next turn. He's going to start playing defensively. Interesting. All right, next turn, we can start throwing dudes down. Are we faster than Earthbound Forge? That's the question, right? As long as you got haste, that's all that matters. Get some babies made here. All right, Berenstein Bear. You can do it now. You can destroy the Impact Tremors. That'd be good for you and bad for me. I'm gonna look over here to try to distract him. Pretend that like I'm gonna be doing something with the Earthbound Forge. He's smart. You just blow your dude up now. That'd be your bag, baby. Hey, he just blew it. All right, good for you. Let's do this the old-fashioned way, like a sucker. Wonder if he had to just go talk to his mom. Figure out what the best move was going to be. Gonna flood the board. As one does. And we got a lot. We got a lot of babies. What are we pocketing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 2 turns and this guy's dead. We could do 2 with this. And therefore, yeah, he's 2 turns away from death. I'm much farther away from that with what he's showing right now. And he just gets bigger for every guy that dies. All right, cool. All right, I can do an additional point of damage with this guy. Well, not additional. I have to sacrifice it, and it's a tap. So either he does it bodily or he doesn't. What's his deal? All right, we're going to take it, man. That's all there's to it. All right, we got 2 guys out. Screaming Nemesis. I don't really care, man. Yeah, no blocks. Have a good time. Good game it. And we're done. Touchdown, Lava Bears. All right, so here we are with Amigoblins. So I never figured out how. I know what it is. It's Amigo and Goblins put together. Amigoblins, but how do you say it? Apparently, that's how you would say it. Amigoblins. And it was a fantastic deck. What was great about it? Because it was mono red aggro and it was Goblin tribal, the way that the good Lord demands. That's what a mono red aggro deck should be. It should be goblins. It should be goblins. And this is totally it. And it is wonderful. It is a fantastic deck. Yeah, it's not super brainy. You just get out there and just start attacking like crazy. You got a couple of tricks you can pull. Usually it's just shooting guys or shooting people in the face. Your baby makers in this are all over. That's one of the things that goblins do really well is just get the horde going. And I love it. Between the Searslicer and Squee, the Dubious Monarch, those baby makers are just helping you out big time. Impact Tremors, especially you're putting out those, as you put out babies, it does extra damage. I mean, I know you got, War Leader's Call is the same kind of thing, but, you know, that requires you to play white. And white is wussy magic. And we don't have none of that here, so we're playing just the awesome red part of it. Yeah, it was fantastic. Goblin Surprise, that's a good trick. The Hordemaster, is a nice little bomb that gets out there. Even though he's just giving everybody +1/+0, that's fantastic because your guys are only usually hitting for 1 anyway. So that basically is a 100% increase in your damage capacity. Goblin Surprise is a 200% increase in your capacity for doing damage. Even if that's what I'd rather use it for, is for the +2/+0. But sometimes you just need a lot of extra dudes, and being able to put out 2 1/1 goblins, man, Goblin Surprise is fantastic. All right, so let's take a look. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player in this deck? They're all so good, though, is the problem. I'm going to have to give it to Impact Tremors. I'm going to say Impact Tremors is probably my MVP. I don't even know what Breeches does. Let me look at him because I never really played it. When a pirate control attacks, choose one. Create a treasure, target can't block, or exile the top card of your library. And you may play it. I mean, he's cool, but yeah. I can see why there's just one of them in here. He's not necessary. In fact, first strike, he need haste more than anything else, and this guy does not add to it. So I would probably drop this guy in my own version of this deck, but in the version we got from MagicDeckAnalisis, he put Breeches in there. It's cool. I just wouldn't do it. I think I almost like Goblin Surprise better, maybe. Impact Tremors, it seems like the thing that really made this deck better, just because you're getting that additional point of damage whenever a Goblin enters the thing. So you're doing that extra damage, and especially since we got a lot of baby makers, the combo synergy between Impact Tremors and the baby makers is fantastic. So I'm going to give it to Impact Tremors. In a Goblin tribal deck, it's the non-Goblin card that ends up being the most valuable player. Congratulations, Impact Tremors. You are today's MVP. All right, was this deck competitive? I ended up getting an 88% win rate with it. The one time I did lose was against another Goblin tribal deck, and it went first. So, there you go. Goblin Tribal beat Goblin Tribal. It doesn't even really count at this point. But I got to call it 88%. That's the win rate for this deck. It is a fantastically competitive deck. Super good. All right, and let's see. Was this deck fun? Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 1 mana for playing all these cards. Yeah, you are playing. What I loved about this deck is even though there's only 20 lands, as long as you had 2, then you were good. In fact, I didn't even play with just 1 because there's so much you could do. I wanted to because all the things that really made this deck go awesome were in the column 2. But, all you needed was 3 to make this thing happen. As long as I had 1 or 2 lands in my hand, I was pretty much ready to go, running off of faith. If I didn't get at least 2, I wasn't going to win. 3 is definitely going to get it for you, and you're going to be able to just go to town. So anyways, it was fun. It was really aggressive, and we got to play with goblins once again, and these guys know how to play an aggro deck. It was glorious. All right, and lastly, was this deck interesting? Well, in the olden days, the last thing was this deck a tribal, right? Because to me, every tribal deck is interesting because of the synergy between the cards, and this does not fail to live up to a tribal synergistic love fust, and I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, this is an interesting deck because it's Goblin Tribal, because there's synergy between the cards. You had the Baby Makers with Impact Tremors. You had the Hordemaster giving everybody the +1. You had Goblin Surprise giving all your creatures +2/+0. It was a tight synergistic deck, and it was aggressive, and it was fantastic. All right, so let's add that up. Was this deck competitive? Yes, it was. Was this deck fun? Absolutely. And was this deck interesting? Totes my goats. That makes this into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.